going on, fellow goofs? I'm Chris Lewis, and this is Technically Speaking. Ever since Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, mankind has been obsessed with giving life to the lifeless. This obsession has led us to something that at one point seemed like science fiction, but in a few short years could be a reality. That's right, folks, I'm talking about autonomous vehicles. I know this future tech seems kind of scary. It's wild to think about looking out of your window and see the driver in the other car typing on a keyboard, reading a book, or not even facing forwards. However, fear not, goofs. Removing the human element from driving is something to celebrate, not dread. Before I get into the benefits of driverless cars, I want to tell you how they work. For an autonomous vehicle, there are three necessary functions that allow the car to operate. First, the car must know where it has to go. Second, it must see where it is going. And lastly, it must turn the myriad of inputs it receives into driving action. So let's start with how the car will know where it's going. This is actually pretty simple. It will use a global positioning system, GPS, with an initially programmed destination from the user to plot the most efficient route, taking things like traffic, weather, and ride time into account when making this decision. This is just like the way your phone or car does when you search for the nearest Taco Bell when you're hankering for that delicious fourth meal. However, GPS signal gets interrupted by things such as tunnels and canyons, and we cannot let the car lose signal from its path. To fix this, an inertial measurement unit, IMU, is installed in the vehicle and uses a collection of accelerometers and gyroscopes to track the motion of the vehicle when provided an initial starting point. Now that the computer knows where it has to go, we now need to be able to see. The system that will provide sight to the car is called LiDAR. LiDAR is a combination of light detection and radar that sends out high speeds, high power pulses of laser light that provide a 3D image to the computer. The computer will take these 3D images and build a 360-degree view of the world that will relate information to previous learned shapes from simulations and driving experience. Now I know what you're thinking, and the car will not just ignore shapes it hasn't encountered. For example, Google's autonomous car came upon a lady in a powered wheelchair chasing a duck in the middle of a street. I don't know about you, but to me this is a pretty wild scenario, and the car handles it beautifully. As you can see, it slows down and finds a safe way around the situation. The computer on the car will also learn and can predict the action of drivers and pedestrians and adjust accordingly. Once the computer has an image of the world and knows how to reach its destination, the only thing left to do is turn the electrical systems into mechanical action. This system is already installed in modern cars with driver assistance programs that turn sensor data into motion from actuators that change speed or direction of the vehicle. I know that there is a lot of fear surrounding the transformation to a driverless world. It requires us to leave the comfort zone of having humans at the helm of travel and allow computers to take the lead. Every year there are 1.3 million traffic-related deaths in the world and about 20 to 50 million more injuries. According to Chris Urmson, head of Google's driverless car team, on average, humans make a decision that leads to an accident once every 100,000 miles. Imagine, if you will, a world where human error is removed from driving, and things like texting, drug and alcohol abuse, and exhaustion will no longer affect you or your loved ones. There are more and more drivers every year, and we are traveling more than ever, which is causing traffic in overpopulated areas like DC, Atlanta, and New York to suffer from suffocating traffic jams. It is not ludicrous to say that within the century, we'll have a nation of 100% autonomous cars, and there will be no need for things like traffic lights, stop signs, and yields. Our cars will navigate safely by communicating with each other in the environment, making an entirely efficient system. There are some concerns with how the computer will act in a situation where there seems to be no way to avoid accidents. And from a legal side, if there is an accident, who will be held responsible? The driver or the manufacturer? However, I believe that the system will be smart enough to overcome complex situations by having a wide field of view and from learned human behavior from simulations and driving hours. I believe the age of driverless cars is coming and coming soon. With major companies like Google and Tesla leading the way, I look forward to see what they can do. So what do you think about autonomous vehicles? Is this a good or bad thing for our society? And do you want one? Let me know by commenting or tweeting at ZTV Goofing Off with the hashtag GoofTech. I'm Chris Lewis. This was Technically Speaking. And remember, stay goof, Akron.